Europe, a continent which is split by west and east, is full of political, historical, and economic differences. On the western side, there's freedom, democracy, good life, and diversity. While on the eastern side, there's corruption, no freedom of speech, declining population, bad living conditions, but at least there's better food. Today, I'll be talking about these two regions as someone who was born in Zhytomyr, Ukraine, and someone who has been to Western Europe about 3 times. It's safe to say I know lots about the both European regions. Western and Eastern European historical background is made up of geopolitical events that occurred in the region. Western Europe is shaped by the Roman Empire, Renaissance, the Enlightenment, and the Industrial Revolution, which is what makes up Western Europe today. On the other hand, though, Eastern Europe is shaped by Russian, Polish, and Ottoman influences. Communism plays a major role in Eastern European late game, but that's basically Russia. Also, Czechia is going to be included as Eastern Europe, not Western, so I'm sorry, Czechs. Europe is known to be an economic powerhouse, but Western Europe is the one that stands out as the economic powerhouse. Western Europe's economy is built up by advanced industrialization, strong welfare states, and high living standards. Countries like Germany, France, the UK lead technological innovation, global trade, and social welfare programs, encourage inclusive growth and economic stability. On the other hand, Eastern Europe is still holds on to the communist past, probably because it's very difficult to recover from a mega fucking authoritarian communist regime. Eastern Europe is marked by inefficient state-owned enterprises, corruption, and income inequality. Even though the post-Soviet countries like Ukraine, Georgia, Poland, and Romania have made a shit ton of progress since the fall of the Soviet Union 33 years ago, countries like these still face so many fucking challenges, mainly because of corrupt politicians wanting all the money for themselves and erasing the middle class. So that's why there's such a huge wealth gap between West and East Europe. As a Ukrainian, I see that my country has done everything it can to deal with corruption and joining the European Union, but I know for a fact there are still corrupt politicians in Ukraine. Zelensky, I wouldn't say he's a corrupt politician, but he is incompetent. I see very clearly he's trying his best, but he doesn't know how to deal with such a problem while there's war going on. Cultures in Western and Eastern Europe show how much these two regions get shaped by religion, values, traditions, and worldviews. Western Europe has many cultures, languages, lifestyles, diversity, and tolerance, and multiculturalism as core values, spanning from the Mediterranean shores to the Nordic fjords. Western European nations celebrate their heritage through art, literature, cuisine, and festivals, showing a sense of belonging and European identity. But Eastern European, on the other hand, has a ton of cultures like Slavic, Baltic, and Eurasian cultures. And of course, the fucking Soviet shitty ass cultures. Countries like Poland and Hungary love to express their Christian roots and national pride. Then we have Ukrainians and Belarusians, which is bizarre how they have so much cultures mixed together just to make up the Ukrainian and Belarusian culture. Now we enter the thing that splits East and West Europe the most: politics. Western Europe is anchored to the European Union and NATO, which promote democratic values, human rights, and stability, even though they still haven't resolved the fucking regional instability in the Middle East, but that's whatever, I guess. The Schengen, which is mainly in Western and Central Europe, allows people to travel around Schengen countries without needing to wait at a border checkpoint for 8 fucking hours. Western Europe also lets in so many immigrants. When I was in Brussels, back in August 2023, finding a person who wasn't an immigrant is fucking impossible. I mean, I was an immigrant basically, but like, I couldn't find many Belgians. You know what I'm saying? Eastern Europe is influenced by two entities. Either your country is influenced by Russia, or your country is influenced by the United States and the European Union. Countries like Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania get influenced more by the European Union. Others like Serbia and Belarus get more influence from Russia, but overall, the EU and US have more influence over Eastern Europe than Russia does, because right after the Soviet Union collapsed, Russia has been invading basically anyone.